Hey YouTube, and welcome to the Poke Rebels channel. This is Blue, and today I have a deck profile for a deck that has had a lot of speculation. So basically what's going to happen to Night March after they lose Mew EX. Well, hopefully besides die off, we can try to salvage the deck a little bit. So I'll go ahead and get right into the deck profile. To start off, of course, we have 4 of every Night Marcher basic, so we can get any damage off. So there's the Joltik, 4 of those. The Punkaboos. Now there are only 3 Night Marchers so far from X and Y on, which is what this deck profile is based on. So there's Lampent. Now the other mix that we're throwing in is a few Vespiquen support. So taking out the Mew EXs, which is where they would go right here. We got two line of the Vespiquen and Combi. Now, 2, some people would want to run 3, but I like 2 and 2 of them because you kind of don't want to see too much of it just because you want to get your Night March stuff going on. And even if you do end up getting one early on going, it really helps out with the intelligence gathering and then getting 2 Pokemon into the graveyard when it gets knocked out. Another really good thing about her is she has no retreat cost, so if you get her set up early, she can easily just stay in the game despite retreating into another Night Marcher to build up Night March for a stronger attack. And so moving on from Vespiquen, we play 4 Unowns. Pretty useful for its ability, drawing out, draw support, and the Be Revenge, boosting that up. With another extra 4 Pokemon line, really helpful, really makes it get an easier time hitting with that 16, 18, 200 range with Muscle Band. And last but not least, we run 1 Shaman. We run 1 instead of 2 or 3, just because Shaman on the bench becomes the main Lysander target for most opponents, and we usually give up 1 or 2 prizes to a Punkaboo or a Joltik, getting KO'd early to set up something on the bench or something, just because it is a little slower now without Mew EX. But that's the monster lineup. Now getting into supporters, run 4 Sycamores. Pretty staple in any deck now. Now these are supporter lineup for an XY on format. And for more draw support, we play also 1 Shauna and 1 Ace Trainer, and that's all the draw support in the deck. Ace Trainer is really useful since we play Battle Compressors, get that in the graveyard early for VS Seeker plays and stuff like that. And for more VS Seeker fun, we run 1 Hex Maniac and 1 Lysander, pretty much serving the same purpose. If we need one and we get a Battle Compressor off with the VS Seeker in hand, that always combos very nicely. Going into the items, of course, another staple in Night March, 4 Battle Compressors. Pretty much stapled in Vespiquen as well. And we run, for Pokemon Search, we run 3 Ultra Balls. Very useful for getting Lampents and just dead cards out of our hand. So those are very useful. And then 1 Level Ball. Level Ball can get us any target Pokemon in our deck. A lot of the times though, we don't have a target in the deck, so we don't need too many of those. And then moving on from the Pokeballs, we have 3 Muscle Bands. Those become pretty crucial, and any more does tend to clog a little bit, and then you end up sending a few more to the discard with Sycamore and stuff like that. So 3 is a pretty good number for those. Then we have 2 VS Seekers. Like I said, they're very useful for the supporters. And then lastly, I run 1 Revive. Very useful late game. That's when we hope to get it. That way we can get just a final Joltik attacker for just 1 quick attack. Also, if we get it early game, it's fun for some Unown draw support, draw power. That's always pretty useful, or what it ends up getting used on. Alright, now moving into the stadiums, we play 2 Mountain Rings and 1 Silent Lab and 2 Paint Rollers from the XY on. Now, this isn't the perfect line for the stadiums, but I do like the number 3 stadiums and 2 paint rollers just to give us the upper hand on stadium wars, and it's a pretty big thing now with just getting rough seas out of the ways and some fighting stadiums. Not that that will really help them out, but just other stadiums, it helps keep them out of the way. And mountain ring, very useful for bats, Gallade, attackers like that, since we don't want Joltik dying. There's no Mr. Mime in here, so that's a pretty good replacement for that. Silent Lab is good in most decks, but we just gotta make sure that we get our Shaman plays and our Unown plays off before we activate those. And then of course we do have the 2 paint rollers in case we do have this active and we have something that we need to get off in our hand, so that's always good for more draw support. And 5 is a good number for the stadium wars. Now moving on to the energies, I run 4 electric energies and 4 grass energies. Now those don't really matter. Those are just to get Combies and Joltik's first attacks out in case we ever need to. I mean, we really don't need to. That's just basically for Night March anyway, so it doesn't matter which type we use. And then I run 4 colorless, pretty stable as well. That's the one we hope to get, and these are usually the ones that end up getting discarded. This is a good lineup for getting our attacks off and never really starving for energies. I like 4, 4, 4, 12 energies total. It's not too bad, and we don't get completely ruined by enhanced hammers. Alright guys, I hope you like the deck profile. So basically that's the Unown Night March or Vespiquen deck profile. Definitely something fun, not the most competitive deck. What I have here is my build from what I was able to build. Only few changes I would make would probably be add Dimension Valley somewhere in here, maybe take one of these out, but definitely keep that 5. I like that 5 for stadium support going. Another thing would probably be maybe throw a Birch for some more draw support. I mean, it stays pretty consistent with that. Also maybe another VS Seeker. We'll definitely have to look into it to see what else I'll take out. Maybe some more energies. Probably wouldn't hurt it too much. It is a little on the energy side, but definitely leave a like and a comment on what you think, and any tips would definitely be appreciated. This is Blue signing out for Poke Rivals.